ariesprint.com, the printer from hell. This is not a printer you want to deal with. Number one, I first tried using this service 2 years ago. I gave them almost $400. They locked up the opportunity for me to even upload my digital format, and they would not allow me a refund. I filed a credit card charge against them, which they denied. They're using a third-party credit card service, and I was unsuccessful getting that through. Okay, but I wanted to show you what happens. These people do not show any address. You cannot find any address for ariesprint.com. This phone number here will only go through an answering service in Commerce, California. If you want help, good luck. There ain't going to be any help here. There isn't going to be any contact. This is it. You will not talk to a live person. You'll get an answering machine, and you'll get the runaround. They say they're BBB accredited. They are not accredited. I'll prove that right now. AriesPrint.com is not BBB accredited. There's a phone number. Again, what you know, another address for a P.O. box. Again, no person's name. A phone number that a poorly speaking foreigner will leave a very badly sounding voicemail message giving you an answering service number in Commerce, California, which will refuse to give up the name of the owner or any contact information. So this is going to take you to an answering service, a dead end for you if you want any help. Let me show you more crap from the AriesPrint.com company. They lie, and I'll prove they're liars. First, I'll go through a little bit of information here. Aries Print lies, says they maintain an A+ rating. They are not accredited with the BBB. Aries Print hides at different addresses. They will not tell anyone a real address. I found many different addresses. I found the word George Daly probably from Mantley or Manta, and I found this address, P.O. Box, again a P.O. Box in New York. I found this other address listed, but they were scared to put a street address there. It just says Hauppauge, New York. Again, this phone number goes to a voicemail, which then sends you to an answering service in Commerce, California, which will not give you any information on the owner or their address. The answering service is located at 5211 East Washington Boulevard, 261 Commerce, California. All phone numbers anywhere that you find on this company will come back with a very badly spoken voicemail sending you to an answering service in California. So you're not going to get a real address. You're not going to get a live person at the website. You're not going to get any help. You are just going to get your money taken away from you. And if you have a complaint, you are not going to believe the violation of their terms and conditions on this. Not only happened to me, but I'm going to show you a quick video on another company that they scammed also. All right, so I'm going to go there now. Okay, I want to show you how professional this company is not. Let's go down to their privacy and security terms and conditions before they pull this. This is July 1st, 2014. It's 3:51 p.m. And I'm going to show you the privacy policy on ariesprint.com. I'm going to go through this slowly in case I need to stop it for our attorney at any time for a backup proof of violation. Okay, so there's our commitment to privacy. We value our customers and respect their privacy, and how they're in all the different ways they are going to protect your privacy. Okay, how they use the information, the security, protecting your privacy and your information is important to us. We have taken appropriate measures to prevent the loss, misuse, or alteration of your information. Our employees have access to information collected on our website. All their employees that have access are aware of the privacy policy, so they can't stand behind that an employee did it. They have already said that their employees are aware of the privacy policy. Your information is only accessible to those employees who need it in order to perform their job. Okay? Information sharing. Your personal information will only be shared with third parties as permitted by our privacy policy. Okay? And this goes on and on. If their privacy policy is going to be updated, they will list it here. Changes to their privacy policy. So since they have not listed any updates here, this is their complete privacy policy on July 1st, 2014, 3:52 p.m. They are in total violation not only of myself but other companies on violating this privacy policy. What they did with my name is it's unimaginable, and it's just unbelievable. I'm going to show you what they did when I requested a refund. Okay, the worst part about this violation of my privacy is I have a name that probably no one else in the world has. So when typed into Google, it's only me. My last name isn't Smith. It's not Donald. It's Monen, and it's Keith, and there's only one of us in the world. So it definitely has damaged me beyond belief. So I'm going to do a Google search on July 1st, 2014, 3:55 p.m. Keith Monen. And right up here pops on Google front page and been popping up there and has lost me thousands of dollars, has cost me personal relationships because people believe this. The issue on this is that, okay, this is the homepage of Google, ariesprint.com, ariesprint.blogspot.com, 2012. It's been here defaming, slanderous, libel, unbelievable. His name is Keith Monen. Anyone interested, you can find out. As a public service, we used to warn people about Keith Monen. I've never been in trouble with the law for any of my businesses. I've had millions of customers. I have less than probably 10 or 20 complaints, which is better than Walmart or Sears or any other company with over 1 million customers. You're not going to make everybody happy. But this is an outright slander and libel. Ariesprint.com. Keith Monen is a fraud. Well, I can prove this with my criminal background record. I have never once been charged with any fraud or any violation anywhere in the United States or the world. Anyway, but this person goes on to say that all my companies are a fraud, that my Senior Living LLC, Senior Living LLC Comp, Senior Life Guide, my limousine company, Biz 10X, tries to make up whatever he can make up. Turns out saying he's A+ rating. Well, he's not accredited with the Better Business Bureau. Our loyal customers and always find us that a scam artist has recently purchased similar domains to ours. I'm not in the printing business, so I could care less to harness their reputation. Their reputation is awful right now. His name is Keith Monen, and it goes on to say that I'm a fraud, I defraud, I changed my address, and blah, 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 blah. I will leave this on the screen for a second so we can get a screenshot for the attorneys in case they pull it down after they get the cease and desist. Okay? So anyway, and they talk about a 72 DPI PDF artwork. I got 30 years experience in printing magazines, newspapers, brochures, rack cards, and I output in 300 DPI. This is their own amateurish way of running a print company. They just couldn't do the job. They didn't, and kept the money. Okay. Anyway, so they go on to defame, libel, and say that I'm a fraud. It's just crazy what they've actually done against my name, my reputation. It's just it's unacceptable, unacceptable. So anyway, they make a pretty strong statement here for somebody that's never once been charged with any crime, any fraud, and I'm 57 years old, and so and I've been in business, really doing business since I was age 20, so 37 years I've never been out of business. The companies that he's complaining about here are much bigger than he is. He's saying that I was fraud with Hotel Express, hotels, etc. One second. This is the Hotels, etc. company that I created. It's been in business 20-some years, and it's got over 4 million members. So, I don't even own it anymore. I haven't owned it in over 10 years. I sold the company. Anyway, so that's Hotels, etc. in business over 20 years and owned by Sean Pig out of Atlanta, Georgia, who I sold it to a long time ago. Anyway, and the other company, which is Hotel Express, one second. Okay, this company that I created in 1986 has been in business for what, 27 years, over 1 million members. If you click on national offices, it's located in Kirkston, Norway, but it's also in 60 countries worldwide with millions of members. This is my bad company. Okay, so anyway, it's worldwide. I sold it for $1 million, and it in turn we sold for, I heard, $12 million. Okay, so anyway, those are the two companies, Hotels, etc., and Hotel Express. Much more professional, much more longer term in business, and many more millions of dollars than ariesprint.com, who you can't even find an address or a phone number for. Now let me go on to prove what I'm saying by another company, an acupuncture, that published a video, luckily on YouTube, so it don't look like it's just me. So now I'm going to show you the video from another company that was defamed and harmed by ariesprint.com. Okay, again, it's July 1st, 2014. It's 4 p.m. I'm going to search Aries Print on Google, and I am so lucky that I actually got this up in the last 31 minutes ago. It's already on Google. It shows a copy of my libel lawsuit I'm filing against Aries Print for this injustice, and I'll show you a copy of the lawsuit. Okay, but I scroll down, and here's what I want to show you is another review on YouTube, ariesprint.com, the worst possible customer service. Okay, before I do that, I want to show you the lawsuit that I am filing, or at least as the cease and desist. Okay, this is the cease and desist against ariesprint.com, the offending company for slander and libel, for the web posting you see there, and the blog, for untruthful, false statements, pictures, or video intended to harm or damage my character. It's totally unlawful. It's illegal, and it's not true. It's unlawful defamation, slander, and libel. And so I've made a few phone calls to find out the different addresses. I have about 4 addresses this has to go to now today. I give you my real address. I give you my real phone number. If you want to call me on my cell phone, it's 971-312-1060. I don't hide. Anyway, here's my fax number. Anyway, so this is the lawsuit, the beginning of the lawsuit. This is the cease and desist, that they will pull that down within 10 business days, or the lawsuit will be filed, and the lawsuit will probably still be filed. I've made copies of everything. They have damaged my reputation for the last time, and I'm now fighting back. Now, I'm going to let you look at this other customer they did the same thing to. So you know that it's not just me. Okay, so here we go.
Here I have just got my shipment of my brochures back from ariesprint.com.
Okay, I'm going to show you that where I'm at here. It's YouTube. Let me see if I can get the scroll this down just a little bit for you. And okay, this is ariesprint.com review, worst possible customer service. And this isn't by me. This is by an acupuncturist. And it's again July 1st, 2014. And I'm going to play his video.
So here I have just got my shipment of my brochures back from ariesprint.com, and well, there's a long history of what's been going on, but basically let me tell you, I designed this job. I used to be a graphic designer. I worked in a print shop actually for a while, and this is how I designed my job. This would overlap. We have a nice fold here with information. It would overlap, and you see how it's supposed to overlap this little printed tab. Well, this is how it's come out. It prints like this. It laps. It doesn't overlap at all. This makes this panel not centered. It also makes the panel on the back off center. A lot of people wouldn't think this is a big deal, except that I know, because I was a graphic designer and I worked in a print shop, that when you both have a proof that you both sign off on, it's essentially a contract. And inside the proof showed exactly where the fold mark was supposed to be. They knew where it was supposed to be. I knew where it was supposed to be. The first time they sent this back to me, it was folded incorrectly. I called them. They agreed, yes, we folded it incorrectly. We'll reprint it for you at no charge. And they sent it off. It was great. I was very happy with the customer service, and I can forgive someone for an error. Well, the job came back a second time, and it was folded the exact same way. So, unfortunately, there were some issues that showed up with the delivery. I'm not going to go into that now. It's listed in the dialogue below on the link. But they basically said, well, you didn't call us back within 3 days, so, you violated the terms of service. We're not going to reprint your brochures this time. Well, I got really upset because they weren't standing by the work, and they basically violated the contract, even though they say I violated their terms of service. Well, I raised kind of a stink on the phone, and they said, okay, if you send it to us, we'll print it for you again if it's wrong, but we're going to cancel your service because you're a risky customer. And they basically are accusing me of fraud, of trying to get something free from them. I just want my job produced right. So I decided to go ahead and ship it back to them because I knew it was printed wrong. And they're basically lying and saying that, no, it's right. It's only got a 1/32 inch error, which is normal tolerance. Well, let me show you. If it's folded correctly, they're actually off by about 1/8 of an inch. And when it's folded improperly, that is a full 1/4 of an inch that shows up that's off on my design, a full 1/4 of an inch. I don't know any designers that would be happy with this. By the way, think about this. This is a 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch, and 1/32 of an inch is really, really tiny. So this just means they can't even measure. So if they're not even just liars, if they really believe they printed this job right, they're completely incompetent. Let me just show you. So they're not going to accuse me of just, showing the old form. I'm going to flip through every single one of these. You can see the tab. You can see the little edges of the tab right where it's supposed to overlap, and it doesn't overlap. I'm just going to flip through every one of them because they've accused me of just showing an old job before the previous job, which they admitted was wrong. I find it really funny too because, they say they're accusing me of trying to get something free, but they've gone and shipped back all 2,000 brochures, which would mean if I was trying to get something for free, well, I got 1,000 brochures for free. I'm not happy about it because they're not what I want. And if I had the money, I chose them because they're affordable, cheap. I'm just going to go ahead and say cheap now instead of affordable. If I had the money, I would throw these away and get it reprinted for someone else who knows what they're doing. But the thing that's really irritated me the most is that they continue to lie, and they continue to say I'm trying to accuse them of fraud, and they've defamed me on the website, or the review website. I'll put the link on that on the YouTube video. You're probably already looking at that on the website. And I would normally let it go. I'm a laid-back guy. I'm an acupuncturist. I mean, come on. I'm in with my chi, and they disrupt my chi, man. Sorry. So, yeah, I've kind of taken it upon myself to hurt them as much as possible because they just accuse me of defamation. I mean, they've defamed my character, and if it were on a bigger forum, I would file defamation charges against them. But it's a small forum, so I found the review site that shows up on the first page of Google searches, and I got their review rating lowered, and it's just showing them that they should have just done the right thing by me and spent $100 to reprint this job, and instead of the likely hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars it's going to cost them by having that negative review on there. And by the way, I will also be filing a claim with the Better Business Bureau because I know they're really proud of their A+ rating. So this is Kevin Leonard. I want to thank you for taking the time and just, buyer beware.